Loescher today to talk about one element of what will be the Wilberforce Incubator, which Jago, Ben Lewis and Joe Watling introduced last week in the R250 blog. Rosie, along with others, has been masterminding the HTC Foodbank, which started at the beginning of the national lockdown last year, and she's here to give us a bit more information on how the Revitalise 250 building project will enable this fantastic ministry to grow. Rosie, firstly, can you just tell us a little bit more about the Wilberforce Incubator?
Yeah, so the idea of the incubator is to have a concept as part of our church that is to facilitate mission, to facilitate community outreach and start new ministries and see what thrives and what grows and what enables our local community to thrive and grow as well. So the food bank has kind of been one of the seeds that we've planted and just watching that expand and grow, really.
Fantastic. So the Wilberforce Incubator is more of a concept rather than an actual place as such?
There isn't a greenhouse, exactly.
There isn't a greenhouse, okay, great. And the food bank, obviously, as the kind of start of it, has been bearing so much fruit for Jesus. Can you tell us what changes we've seen to the food bank since it started at the beginning of the first lockdown to now?
So we're providing emergency food parcels for individuals, families, couples to collect from the church each week. And we have seen that grow kind of exponentially, really, in the last year. So we started with kind of 4 or 5 families that we were supporting, a small group of robes guests, and now we're meeting the needs of around 170 people a week, which it's amazing for us to be able to do that as a church, to be able to bless people, but we're also aware that opportunity to bless comes tinged with a lot of sadness and a lot of need for people in our local area. We've also had guests coming from the food bank to church on a Sunday, engaging with services, connect groups, carol services over Christmas. And it's just, really encouraging to see people coming from the local area, local community, and engaging in the life of the church as well.
Yeah, and you're not just providing them with food, but you're providing them with some help with debt advice. And can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, exactly. So alongside providing them with food and kind of more practical needs, there is also the emotional and spiritual needs of people that we really want to meet through having conversations, through praying with people, and then going back to some more of those practical needs where people perhaps are struggling to fill out forms or access their benefit applications, managing debt advice, job applications, things like that. We have an amazing team from the charity Robes that are working alongside us on a Tuesday, not at the church at the moment, at Trinity House, and they are doing a hot lunch alongside advice and support work for guests that are coming onto our food bank.
Wow, it's fantastic. It's so encouraging to hear it and to have seen it grow in the way it has. So can you tell us how our building in its current state holds us back in terms of this ministry and how things will look different once the Revitalise 250 project is complete?
Yeah, so one of the biggest ways that the building holds us back at the moment is its lack of flexibility. So we are quite restricted by what we can do because the building itself is restricted with pews and fairly inflexible spaces. It would be just so helpful to be able to have options with what we do and how we meet people's needs and how we serve people, from doing that with tea and coffee to having a really large welcoming space. At the moment we have our food bank set up in what was previously a creche room, so obviously that isn't going to be sustainable in the long term, and just trying to figure out what that looks like for us in the future already is challenging, let alone if this ministry stays long term and grows and changes.
So it sounds like it will make a big difference and can't wait for it to be finished.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing, thank you so much. So everyone, tune in next week where we can hear about the next element of the Wilberforce Incubator, which is our anti-human trafficking work. So thanks so much, Rosie. See you later.